Okay. So, in the last session, we were talking about the do's and don'ts while creating the UI, and the session will continue in the this slot also. So today also we'll continue with the same discussion. Apart from the do's and don'ts, if you have any other queries from the streams, exceptions, and UI family, we'll be having an open discussion on that. Before that, uh, let's wait for another 5 minutes or maybe 1 or 2 minutes so everyone will join. Uh, so what we were discussing was like the things or the practice that some people or we you may see on the web that we should avoid while implementing the UI program. So I'll continue the same point. Let me share my screen. I hope the screen is visible to everyone. Let me open up a PS4 command prompt. This is the program that we were discussing in the morning, which have some UI already created. Let me see. Java and Java UI. Okay. Yeah, so this is the program that we created in the morning. So let me create a new .java file here and save this as demo.java. I'm creating it inside UI. So see, let's see what are the styles in which some people can or you can program, but you we must avoid them. So I'll create a class called as demo. Let's add public void main method inside this class. And okay, so what let's say let me create a frame first of all again. Let me create a class. Let's say call it as demo frame, maybe, or let's say d frame, j frame. Now let me include this. Uh, Now like this is a style in which someone we should prefer while creating a UI. And I have stressed on the point that like this should be the last line set visible into bracket true, the boolean value. These should be the last lines in the program. I have said this many times. Right now, let's see the effect of this. 398, 390, 399. So now what I will do is for the demo purpose, I'll add some controls. Let me create JText field ext, and let's say j button, let's say v1, v2, comma v3. We want whatever the buttons we want, and I'll set this dot set layout again new flow layout. So we are continuing with our flow layout mechanism. Let me say txt dot case equal to text field. Let me say there are 20 rows, sorry, 20 columns in the text field, and this dot add ext. Then we can go on adding buttons. v1 is equal to new j button. Let's say this is v1. Then this dot add v1. What we can do is I'll just copy paste this block three times. We have three buttons, and let me change here to two and to here b2, b3, b3, and here also b3. So UI will appear. Okay, I haven't created object, I guess. So let me create an object of dframe obj is equal to new dframe, right? Now if I save, if I run this again, okay, the wrong program, Java demo. Now the frame has appeared. Like, see, all the three buttons and now text field is there. Now what will happen if I use the set visible line and set size line at the top instead of using it at the as a last line of the program? So now if I save this, I have saved this. Now let's recompile the program. Let's say java c demo.java. Let's run it. Now I am sure that you are able to see the screen which is available. The frame is created, but there are no components added to the frame. So why this has happened is because in the program we have set the frame size, we have set the frame visible, and the layout and everything else is coming after the frame has become visible. So the frame has not been refreshed. Now if I just pick the frame at the corner, any of the corner, and just stretch a bit, you can see the components have appeared. So this is the drawback of adding the visible line, set size line at the top of the frame or the constructor. So make sure that these two lines goes at the last in the code where you are creating frame. So I've seen like everything is fine, but the program sometimes people face error at a exam, or they people say that the UI is not properly getting visible. The reason is that maybe they have misplaced some visibility and UI creation lines in the program. So we have to take care of properly adding the visibility line should be the last line after creating the entire UI and all. So we have to take care of this small things. Whether it creates any effect on execution, no, that is really not creating any effect on execution. So let me add a default close operation. This dot default and exit and close. Now the thing is available. So this is what we should do. Now let's see what we should not do while creating a UI. So let me put a comment on the D frame that we have just created. Now this code is no longer available. What one can do is, again, remember, this is what we are discussing is we should avoid doing it. We should avoid doing this program or this kind of practice. So I have seen people writing like this. JFrame object is equal to new JFrame, and they will say that obj dot set size into 300 comma 300 and obj dot set visible visibility to 2. Now if you just compile this program and run this, you will see a frame coming on the screen. Let me put a semicolon. Let me go to the command prompt. Let's compile. I'm missing the okay. I put a double semicolon. Huh? Okay, so all the curly brackets are enclosed in the comments. So let's compile now Java demo. If I run this, I'm sure that you can see the frame has appeared on the screen, and it is as good as like we will be able to do anything with that frame, same frame. And now I'll be able to terminate the program. The program is terminated. Now you can do everything like this. Now, if I have to create a button, what I can do is I can say simply say j button b1 is equal to new j button, and then initialize it. Let's say b1, and then just add this b1 to the obj dot add, and you can say b1. Right now, you will be able to see that button is getting added to the frame. Let me also handle the close event obj dot let default close operation. To say, let's say, close, yeah. You can see the button is added, and now if I click on close button, the program terminates, right? So now, well, somebody may argue that what is the problem if we use this type? Now, let me open up the program that we just discussed in the morning. If I just say UI frame, you can see that there are a lot of code that we are using directly in many of the parts. Like, let's see our apply font method. Here I am not bothered about where this ft variable is. Ft variable is my class member, and the class name is this font control, right, which is extending JFrame. And the variable font ft is a member of your class font control. So any method, any non-static method of this font control class, for example, right now we have this apply font method, which is again a member of class font control. Then any method of this class will have access to all the variables which are declared in the class. Whereas if we follow this approach, and if I want to develop a method called as apply font, let's say public void apply font, the similar kind of a method, then if here I try some variable called as p1, or let's say in this method, I want to say something called as ft is equal to new font, and let's say the font is declared in the main method. Font is declared here, font ft is equal to new font with some parameters. Now, obviously, this variable is a local variable of a main method. And if I try to use it directly inside apply font method, then it is going to be error at a compile time. And we are aware of that, right? Whereas, if you compare the earlier approach, the font variable was declared as a member of a class. Then we initialized it for the first time in the constructor while the frame is getting created. And then we modified it as and when required in the method called as apply font. And here you can see that I am not passing the ft variable as an argument to the apply font method. The variable is available directly. Why it is available directly? Because this apply font method is a member of a class, as well as this ft, a variable, is also a member of a class. That's why we are also able to use this keyword while adding action listeners, because which class is implementing action listener? The same class is implementing action listener. So that's why we are able to say this. So that is a beautiful part of using a separate class and making everything in the member, every component that we want to add should be the member of a class, and handling that class becomes an easy job. Okay, so I will strongly recommend please do not follow this practice, right? And even after this, I am sure that some of you will do it. and let's discuss what is the worst case. So let me show you the worst case program that people do it by looking at some of the codes available on the web. What they do is they have something called as public demo. Now this is a horrible program. If somebody does like this, it is a horrible program. Till this point, it's fine. Demo is itself is extending a frame, and what people do is they take this code and they put it in a constructor. Now this is the worst thing that I can see. And still, even if I am saying right now that, okay, don't do it, I am sure that at least one or two people will do it, definitely. So what is happening is demo itself is capable of creating a frame. Then you are creating object of a frame. And this object, you are again declaring a variable called as d frame or the frame, j frame, and then you are initializing it. So it is like creating a frame inside a frame. So here in the memory, two objects are getting created. Let's see what is the effect of this code on the memory. So if you just plot this code, what is happening in the memory is, first what you have done is, in the main method, you are creating object of demo. What is demo? Demo is extending the frame. So let's say, first thing happened is, you create a frame. So you have created a frame, right? Now, when you initialize the frame using demo d is equal to new demo, this frame is getting created. While the frame construction of this outer frame is in picture, again you are creating object of jframe obj. And where this jframe obj is being declared, this variable is a member of the constructor. So what you are indirectly doing is you are again creating one more frame inside the frame. So logically, this is what is happening. A frame inside frame is getting instantiated, and this is a horrible thing. We are not supposed to do it, right? So please avoid it. Whatever the code that I've written on the right now you are seeing on the screen, this is the worst thing that you can do. Avoid it. Don't do it. And I'm sure that you will, if you do Google, you will find such codes available on the web. So it's not recommended at all. Right? Take care of this. Also, avoid initializing everything in a main method. So this code is also like it works, but it is not convenient. It is not convenient. Like this could be the best example. Now, this apply font method really do not have access to this ft variable because the ft variable is a member of the main method, right? So I'll open up. I'm opening up a chat window. If you have a doubt, any concerns related to this, you are free to ask. Any doubt till the point whatever we have discussed? Any query? Did you really get what you should do, what you should not do? Am I audible? Hello? 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 Uh, you can post it in the chat window. Is my voice is audible to you?
Yes, sir. You are clearly audible, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, any doubt till the point, whatever we have discussed? Shall I take the names one by one, or I assume that there are no doubts?
Sir, chat window is not available.
To you people?
Yes, sir.
You are
This
not
way
able to see the
for
chat
everyone.
window? Yeah, let me change the settings. Okay, one more thing. The HOD Kalash ma'am is about to join this meeting. She will join in a minute. I've just got the message. Agenda for her participation in the meeting is to take a look at the attendance. Right now, also, I can see there are 88 people who are attending the session, whereas the overall strength is around about 140 plus something for the third year. So attendance is a concern. That's why ma'am is about to join. As soon as the ma'am join in, I will hand over the session for her. Hand over the session to her. She will speak for maybe another 5 minutes, and then we'll continue with the UI program. Meantime, let me make this chat window available to everyone. I've stopped the screen share. Let me see the.
Sir, I mean,
Yeah, ma'am. Please.
mhm.
So we have
Sir,
HOD ma'am with us. She is about to speak about related to your attendance and other academic issues. Okay. Ma'am, please continue.
is it a combined session for
Yes,
A
yes.
division and B division? So how
Yes,
many
and
students are there? How many students are present in this session, sir?
right now 90 students are there. 90 participants are there, including you, ma'am. That means there are 89 students.
Out of
Out of round
I
about
think
140, I guess there. What is the strength?
so I'm interfering in between the session because the attendance is very less. So attendance from the month of September after MSc, so it seems to be very less. So what's the problem with you? It's online session. However, you are not going to you are not attending the sessions. So what is the problem with you? So please share. You can message on the in chat box, or you can unmute yourself. Yes, what is the problem?
So we can go one by one. I hope you people are able to get the chat access to the chat window. Are you able to see the chat box? No problem with the ma'am. Okay.
Yes, I want to know your problem. Why you are not attending the sessions, online sessions? You are not getting the networking, or you are not getting Wi-Fi or any other issues? No problem. Then why the attendance is less? See, we are going to consider your attendance for 3 months, for all the months starting from July to November end. So November 23rd is the semester end. So before that, should take care about your attendance. So it should be not below 75%. So we are going to consider your attendance as well your ISC performance as well as so otherwise we are not going to entertain you for attempting ESC. So please take care that the attendance should be mandatory for all the sessions, whether it is scheduled in morning or in afternoon. Sir, you want to add some points here?
Yes, ma'am. See, the common thing that common behavior that all the teachers are sharing with us is in the morning slot 9 to 10 attendance is around about 90 plus. At the 10 a.m. slot, the morning attendance is around about 125 plus. 11:30 the same attendance is around about 120 plus. But after 12:30 the attendance drops below 100. So from 12:30 p.m. afterwards sessions, the attendance is around about 90 plus, and right now also at 2:15 session we are seeing attendance is 90. So this is bit concerning because institute and the department have take a lot of efforts. Like we have took the subscription of Cisco WebEx. We are preparing this all material online. The teachers are making use of this interactive panels to deliver the sessions. I see the teachers literally changing their locations to grab the range if the college network is down. We are doing all our best, like even if sometimes like we have to conduct interactive sessions, teachers are using their mobile phones to make sure that they are in the sessions and the session gets continued. Or if due to some issues the session is getting problem, teachers are rescheduling the session. So we are taking all the efforts, but we don't see the same cooperation from the students side. I will not blame all the students who are in the sessions, because I can see that some of you are very regular, punctual, attending all the sessions. But at the same time, your classmates, your friends from the same class are
Sir,
irregular and not doing
especially
it.
B division students are not attending the sessions.
Yeah.
So it's a complaint received from all the subject teachers.
Yes. So specifically about B division, the strength is always around about 35 odd, and maximum strength that we can see from the third year B division is 40. So that is again a concern. So
We have already adjusted the sessions of database engineering with A division. So we are going to conduct we are conducting the sessions combined due to health issue of Vidya Patil ma'am. So be attentive and be regular. So that is my request. Sir, you want to add?
yes, can anyone from the B division share any specific reason why, if you are facing any other trouble apart from networking or anything, or there are any other issues that we have to improve from our side, please share. Open up and share. Anyone from the B division, Neil or Aditya, Mahajan, anyone from you
Any
people?
problem with subjects like machine learning or any any
APL even
concepts were
my
not clear?
subject.
Yes.
See, take me as an academic coordinator or maybe your BOS secretary for the department, and don't hesitate if you have any issues to share with for the APL subject. So don't take me as an APL teacher right now. If you have any issues with the APL also, you can frankly share, or with any other subject. So specifically from the B division, let me call out some of the names. Aditya, can you share what are the reasons why people are not attending from the B division? Aditya, are you there?
Aditya?
He was there a minute ago.
I think he's present.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hmm.
Hello.
Aditya,
Sir,
why?
I don't.
Hmm.
मला माहित नाहीये त्यांचा काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे का, पण मी तर सर एक दोन तीन लेक्चर्सला थोडं म्हणजे पर्सनल इश्यू होता, त्यामुळे मी अटेंड केलेले नव्हते, नाहीतर बाकी सगळे केले.
नाही हे आता तुमचा इश्यू आहे असं सांगू नका. बाकी त्यांचे काय स्टेटस? बाकीच्यांचा काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे का? काय कळत नाहीये, कन्सेप्ट क्लिअर नाहीये, असं काय आहे का?
नाही मॅम, तसं काही नाही. कन्सेप्ट कळतात, फक्त ते अटेंड का करत नाहीत मला पण कळालं नाही.
पण आता
आमचं
अटेंडन्स
म्हणजे
असेल तर आम्ही एंटरटेन करणार नाही ते मी सांगितले. 75% अटेंडन्स लागणार आहे. जसं आपण ऑफलाईन सेशन घेत होतो तसं ऑनलाईन पण आपण कन्सिडर करतो. आणि आमच्याकडे आता ऑलरेडी लॉग रिपोर्ट जनरेट झालेले. ते सिस्को वेबएक्स वर आम्ही लॉग रेकॉर्ड्स काढलेले अटेंडन्स लॉग. त्याच्यामध्ये 30 मिनिट्सच्या वर कोणी प्रेझेंट असेल किंवा 30 मिनिट ऍटलीस्ट 30 मिनिट्स जे प्रेझेंट असतील त्यांचं फक्त अटेंडन्स कन्सिडर करणार आहे. ते फक्त तुम्ही नोट करून ठेवा. अदरवाइज युअर अटेंडन्स विल नॉट बी कन्सिडर्ड. मधूनच तुम्ही यायचं म्हणजे लॉग इन व्हायचं आणि नंतर मग लेफ्ट व्हायचं 10 मिनिटं आधी, मग परत संपवायचं 10 मिनिटं परत यायचं, असं करू नका. ते सेशन्स का घ्यायला लागलो आपण? तुमच्यासाठीच घ्यायला लागलो ना एवढे एफर्ट्स घेऊन. त्यांना प्रेझेंटेशनसाठी वेळ लागते. प्रत्येक सब्जेक्ट टीचर्सनी आपापल्या पद्धतीने ते प्रेझेंटेशन तयार केलेलं असतं आणि ते डेलिव्हर करायला पण काही एफर्ट्स घेतलेले असतात ना. अटेंड करायला पाहिजे ना. हे तुमच्यासाठीच आहे. बाकी कॉलेजेसमध्ये हे ऑनलाईन सेशन्स पण होत नाहीये. आणि एक प्रॉब्लेम म्हणजे ते प्रोफेशनल सर्टिफिकेशन. काल मी सांगितले की एनपीटीएलचे जे रजिस्ट्रेशन केलेलं आहे त्यांनी 4 वीक्स फक्त अटेंड केले. नंतर एमएससी पिरियडमध्ये हे केलेलं नाही, अटेंड केलेलं नाहीये. त्यांच्या अटेम्प्ट हे क्विज किंवा बाकीच्या असाइनमेंट्स अटेम्प्ट केलेले नाही. आणि नंतर मग आता पुढे कंटिन्यू केला तर सर्टिफिकेशन तुम्हाला मिळायचं अवघड होईल. कारण 6 वीक्सचे एनपीटीएल सर्टिफिकेशन असते. 6 वीक्स कंप्लीट करणं गरजेचं आहे. त्यामुळे एनपीटीएलला जाण्यापेक्षा म्हणजे आता जे रजिस्टर केलेले ते लोक कंप्लीट करा. पण आता दुसरा ऑप्शन मी दिलेलं युडेमीचे. युडेमीचे का आपण दिले ते ॲज अन अल्टरनेटिव्ह म्हणून. आता एन-पी-टी-एलला कंपल्शन केलं होतं. एन-पी-टी-एलला तुम्ही एनरोल केलेलं नाही काही लोकांनी. तर त्याचे अल्टरनेट म्हणून आम्ही युडेमीचे कोर्स तुम्हाला दिले आता. युडेमी आता 32 अवर्सचे वेटेज आहे त्याला आणि ते अजून 1 महिना आपला आहे. नोव्हेंबर 23 पर्यंत. तर नोव्हेंबर 23 पर्यंत तुम्ही जे क्विज किंवा ते असाइनमेंट्स त्यांचे अटेम्प्ट करताय, ते अटेम्प्ट करून सर्टिफिकेशन मिळवा आणि त्या सर्टिफिकेशन आपण प्रोड्यूस करणार आहे एक्झाम सेलला. सर्टिफिकेशन नसेल तर काही करता येणार नाहीये. तर युडेमीचे कोर्स आपण का प्रिफर केले? फक्त त्याचा प्राइस कमी आहे आणि इट इज बेटर दॅन द Coursera. जे इट इज अन अल्टरनेट. फक्त एन-पी-टी-एल आपला ठीक म्हणजे इट इज बेस्ट. एन-पी-टी-एलला तुम्ही केलं नाही म्हणून आम्ही अल्टरनेट आता तुम्हाला दिलेले. ठीक आहे. तर प्रोफेशनल सर्टिफिकेशन करून घेणं गरजेचं आहे. एन-पी-टी-एल असू दे, काही मुलांनी 6 वीक्सचा अटेम्प्ट म्हणजे पूर्ण हे केलं तरी चालेल. त्यांनी जर रेग्युलर असेल तर. Coursera काही लोकांना फ्री असेल आणि त्या कोर्समध्ये कंटिन्यू केलं तरी चालेल. फक्त सर्टिफिकेशन मिळालं पाहिजे. आणि तिसरं म्हणजे युडेमीचे आता आपण ऑप्शन दिलेले आहे. त्या युडेमी कंटिन्यू करून 32 अवर्स कंप्लीट करून घे. काही डाउट्स आहे का? क्वेरीज काय आहे का याच्यामध्ये?
एक्सक्यूज मी मॅम.
हां.
मॅम मी ओतारी सरांना विचारलेलं कालच. सर म्हणाले की Coursera आय थिंक अलाउड नाही आहे.
नाही, Courseraचे जर तुम्हाला फ्री असेल, त्या
येस मॅम, मला फ्री दाखवतो.
Courseraच्या कोर्समध्ये आता त्यांनी 4चं बंडल आहे, बरोबर?
येस, या.
हां, 4 बंडलमध्ये एक कोर्स तुम्हाला फ्री मिळेल. व्हॉट अबाउट अदर कोर्सेस? म्हणजे अदर
नाही
कोर्स
मॅम, मला सगळेच कोर्सेस फ्री दाखवते.
मग ते करा ना. तुम्हाला जर फ्री असेल.
मी हेच विचारलं सरांना की
हां.
सगळे कोर्सेस फ्री दाखवत आहेत, तर मग ते गेले तर चालेल का? सर म्हणाले नाही, कारण मग एकाच विद्यार्थ्यासाठी कसा नाही एक पेपर
नाही,
काढणार
ऑलरेडी
फक्त.
तुम्ही जर Courseraवरती फ्री जर मिळत असेल तुम्हाला, त्याच्यामध्ये काय क्रायटेरिया? फक्त 4ही कोर्सेस तुमचे फ्री पाहिजेत. आता एक कोर्स फ्री
येस.
दिसतोय त्याच्यात. हां. बाकी 3 कोर्सेस नाही मिळालं नंतर ॲक्सेस काय करणार मग? आता फक्त फ्री
मॅम,
ट्रायल म्हणून त्यांनी आता लॉन्च केलं असेल. हां. मग आता नंतर आता 1 आठवड्याने किंवा 10 दिवसांनी त्यांनी जर फ्री ट्रायल काढला आणि मग 3 कोर्सेसचं परत काय करणार पुढं?
ओके.
असाही
मग
इश्यू आहे ना.
मॅम युडेमीच करू कंटिन्यू?
हां, युडेमीच करा ना.
चालेल.
कारण आता Courseraचं मी पण ट्राय केलंय. त्याच्यामध्ये 5,000-6,000
ओके.
हजाराची ते फी दाखवतं. आणि पॅन्डेमिक पिरियडमध्ये ते फ्री होतं. मग ते आपण गृहीत धरूनच ते Courseraचं ऑप्शन दिलं होतं. पॅन्डेमिकमध्ये फ्री होता आणि आता पण फ्री असेल म्हणून. पण त्यांनी ते फ्री हे काढलं ना ऑप्शन. त्यामुळे ते आपण Courseraचे हे झालं मग.
ठीक आहे मॅम.
नाही दिला. आता एक कोर्स फक्त तुम्हाला फ्री मिळेल. पण बाकी आता 3 कोर्सेस तर तुम्हाला अडचण येईल. म्हणजे आता 10 दिवस गेल्यानंतर ते परत तुम्हाला सांगतील की फी भरा. त्यावेळी हे अवघड होईल ना. प्रॉब्लेम येईल. बाकी कोणाला काय बोलायचंय का?
मॅडम, मला थोडं ऍड करायचं होतं.
हां.
आपण यांना मुलांना कोर्स शॉर्टलिस्ट करून दिलेत ना, की कोणते कोर्स यांनी करायचे आहेत ते?
दिलेले आहे. आता काय केले त्यांनी एन-पी-टी-एलला काही लोकांनी केलंय.
हां.
एनरोल केलंय. आणि काही लोकांनी केलेलंच नाहीये एन-पी-टी-एल. आपण
नाही,
एवढं इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स देऊन आणि एवढं ते वॉर्निंग्स देऊन
सी
त्यांनी केलेलं नाहीये.
थर्ड इयर तुम्हाला जे शॉर्टलिस्ट दिलेले कोर्स आहेत, त्याच कोर्समध्ये तुम्हाला कोर्स घ्यावे लागतील विथ कन्सर्न ऑफ ओतारी सर अँड मॅडम दोघांचा अप्रुव्हल असून मगच तुम्हाला ते कोर्स घेता येते. याची आपली एक हा ऑडिट कोर्स असला तर याचा एक पेपर होतो एंड सेमिस्टरला. EACच्या वेळी याचा एक एक्झाम होते. ती एक्झाम नाही तुम्ही क्लिअर केला तर तुमच्या मार्कशीट वरती एक सब्जेक्ट जो ऑडिटचा कोर्स आहे त्याचा ग्रेड खूप कमी दिसतो. तर हे तुमचा रिपोर्ट शीट वरती येणारं ग्रेडिंग आहे, याची काळजी घ्या. कन्सर्न टीचर्सची बघून कोणता पेपर सेट होणार आहे. मेजॉरिटी स्टुडंट आता इथं कसं आहे की 140 स्टुडंटसाठी आपण 10 कोर्स नाही देऊ शकत. तर लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ कोर्सेसच सगळ्यांसाठी देता येईल, कारण की एक्झाम कंडक्शनचा पुन्हा प्रॉब्लेम आहे. ठीक आहे. हे तुम्ही ओतारी सर आणि कलश मॅडम हे तुमचे जे सब्जेक्ट टीचर्स आहेत, मॅम आहेत, यांच्याशी कन्सर्न करून त्यांनी जे अप्रूव्ह केलेले सब्जेक्ट आहेत तेच कोर्सेस तुम्ही करणं एक्सपेक्टेड आहे. ह्याची नोट घ्या. आणि ह्याची एक्झाम होते हा महत्वाचा मॅटर आहे, म्हणजे इट इज अ व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट थिंग. TYCSC सगळ्यांना कळालं काय आहे नेमकं? आय नीड क्विक रिस्पॉन्सेस इन द चॅट बॉक्स. ओके गुड. सो
हॅलो
कलश मॅडम
सर.
आणि कोतारी सरांच्याकडनं कोर्सची लिस्ट जी काय असेल ते अप्रुव्हल घेऊन ते कोर्स रजिस्टर करून घ्या, बिकॉज दिस 2 टीचर्स ओनली विल कंडक्ट द एक्झाम.
सर
मॅडम प्लीज कंटिन्यू करा.
हा काय झालं, काल आम्ही उडेमीचे ते जे कोर्स आम्ही हे केलं ना त्यांना, त्याच्या
हा.
फक्त एक ऑफर होता, त्यांचे 92% ऑफ होतं काल, म्हणून
ओके.
कालच त्यांना रजिस्टर करायला सांगितलेलं. आता आय थिंक ऑल ऑफ यू हॅव रजिस्टर फॉर द सेम, एनरोल्ड, बरोबर ना? काल
स्टुडंट्स
एनरोल हा
हा ओके दिले मॅडम त्यांनी रिप्लाय. येस
हा
मॅडम.
ठीक आहे चालेल चालेल. आता असं गृहीत धरून घेऊन जाऊया की अटेंडन्स तुमच्या फुल राहील, 75% पेक्षा कमी यायला नको. ते फक्त काळजी घ्या आणि अटेंड करा. ओके. हॅलो
मॅम आय ऑडिबल?
हा बोला की.
बॉक्स मध्ये आता एक थोड्या वेळापूर्वी म्हणजे क्वेरी टाकलेली,
हम्म.
बघा ती.
चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये
हॅलो
मॅम समटाइम्स when नेटवर्क इज स्लो. हा मॅडम, दिस इज मिस्टर रोहित हलके. त्याचा इथं मला तावडे आणि हलके दोघांचं पण निखिल मुगळेचं वगैरे हे दिसतात. मी रीड करतो 1 बाय 1 आणि
हम्म.
मग आन्सर करूया त्याचा.
हम्म.
तर पहिला क्वेरी आहे निखिल जुगाळेची. आय थिंक सर 9 to 450 इट इज टू मच फॉर
सर
स्टुडंट्स.
एक मिनिट. हे जे आता स्टुडंट दिसतात ना, सगळे ए डिव्हिजनचे आहेत, बरोबर? आता
नाही
बी
बीचे पण
डिव्हिजनचे
आहेत
मुलं,
की.
हा बीचे कोण कोण आहेत त्यात? बी
आता
46, 61, 46 आहे ना?
एकच मिनिट हा. बीचे
16 आहे,
बी
61 आहे.
21 आहे, 24,
हम्म.
51,
पण बीचे
61.
कमी दिसतात सर, काय?
हो
आणि
हो.
हा जे प्रेझेंट आहेत त्यांनी कन्वे करा की उद्यापासून कंपल्सरी रेग्युलर सेशन अटेंड करायचे म्हणून. ठीक आहे.
हो मॅडम,
ठीक
एक
आहे
क्वेरी
तुमचं काय?
आहे स्टुडंटची
हा.
की 9 ते 4:15 आम्हाला म्हणजे सेशन्स जास्त होतात आणि
हम्म.
एक्झॉस्ट होतो आम्ही,
हम्म.
कारण की लॅपटॉपवरती बसतो. असं एका स्टुडंटचा आहे.
हम्म.
B18 रोल नंबर आहे, निखिल जुगाळे. त्याची एक क्वेरी आहे. दुसरा आहे दिव्या तावडे, ए 54 आहे, ए डिव्हिजन 54.
हम्म.
Sometimes when network is slow, if we connect again, it makes new login, so that that way 30 minutes continuous are not completed. See,
नाही असू दे,
दिव्या,
पण नाही, आता जे सेशन ते अटेंड करतात ना, दोन्ही लॉग रिपोर्ट्स आपल्याला दिसते, दोन्ही अटेंडन्स लॉग मिळते आपल्याला. तुम्ही 15 मिनिटं अटेंड केला आधी, नंतर मग परत 30 मिनिटं अटेंड केला, दोन्हीचा रेकॉर्ड आहे आपल्याकडे. तसंही काही इश्यू नाहीये. जे तुम्ही कधी लेफ्ट झाले, कधी अटेंड केले ते पण कळते त्याच्यातून, बरोबर ना सर?
हा बरोबर मॅडम. आणि
हा.
हे तुमचं प्रत्येक लेक्चरला होणार नाही असं गृहीत धरूया ना. म्हणजे तुमचं आउट ऑफ सपोज आठवड्यामधून एक 6-8 सेशन आहेत. एखाद्या सेशनला असं होईल आपल्याला मान्य आहे, पण जर प्रत्येक सेशनला असं होत असेल तर यू हॅव टू फाइंड अ बेटर नेटवर्क कनेक्टिव्हिटी, राईट? म्हणजे हा प्रत्येक वेळी हा एक्सक्यूज देऊन नाही चालणार आपल्याला.
सर इथून पुढे काय करूया, एक जे मी मॉनिटरिंगसाठी किंवा म्हणजे मॉनिटरिंगच म्हणूया आपण, फक्त अटेंडन्स मॉनिटरिंगसाठी मी एखादी सेशनला रॅन्डमली मी एंटर करते आणि तुमचे अटेंडन्स जरा चेक करते. ठीक आहे?
हा काय प्रॉब्लेम नाही. तुम्ही आता आपलं टाइम टेबल आहे, आता कोणत्याही सेशनला तुम्ही जॉईन करू शकता.
चालेल. तर काळजी घ्या सगळ्यांनी की रेग्युलर अटेंडन्स असू दे आपला, काही कुठे कमी पडायला नको. ठीक आहे?
ओके.
चला लिव्ह.
हा मॅम, नो प्रॉब्लेम. आय विल कंटिन्यू विथ माय
ओके. थँक्यू सर.
1 मिनिट. बोला ना, काय होतं? काय हवं होतं तुम्हाला? टीव्ही वरील सरांचं आहे का गाईड? हॅलो. ठीक आहे, आपण कंटिन्यू करूया. आपण जे डिस्कशन केलं त्याच्या पुढे मी पुन्हा स्क्रीन शेअर करतो. लेट मी शेअर स्क्रीन. ओके, स्क्रीन अवेलेबल आहे सगळ्यांना. ओके, तर एक असाइनमेंट्स 2 क्रिएट केलेत Moodle वरती. आय होप तुम्ही चेक केल्या असतील. मी ओपन करतो एक कोर्स, एक आयदर एचा और बीचा, आणि आपण दोन्ही असाइनमेंट डिस्कस करूया काय करायचं आहे त्याच्यामध्ये. जर काय क्वेरी असेल तर ती बघू. अपेंडिंग डेटा टू द फाईल हा प्रोग्राम बऱ्यापैकी सगळ्यांचं झालेलं दिसत. 46 सबमिशन्स आहेत. राहिलेले लोक सबमिट करतील असं वाटतंय मला. ए आणि बी दोन्ही मध्येच आहे. या असाइनमेंट मध्ये कोणाला काही क्वेरी आहे? चॅट विंडो आणि ह्याची दोन्ही विंडो ओपन केलेत मी. इफ यू एनीवन हॅव अ इश्यू ऑन एनी क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू अपेंडिंग डेटा टू फाईल असाइनमेंट, you can post it in the chat box and you can ask the question. Okay, fine. There is no response. I assume that appending to data is completed. File statistics assignment तुम्ही वाचली. काय करायचं आहे? नवीन केलेली क्रिएट both classes. You should post the answer in chat box. Have you seen the assignment? No sir. No sir. Okay. Not yet. Good. So see, what is this assignment? You have to create a program. आपल्याला एक प्रोग्राम करायचा Java-मध्ये. ह्या प्रोग्रामला फाईल ऍज अन इनपुट गेलं पाहिजे. ऍक्सेप्ट फाईल नेम एज अन कमांड लाईन आर्ग्युमेंट. आपण हे बघितलं ना, आपल्याला कमांड लाईन आर्ग्युमेंट, यू कॅन पास अ कमांड लाईन आर्ग्युमेंट युझिंग ARGS अरे, राईट. सो ARGS 0 म्हणजे तुमचा तो फाईल नेम जो असेल, जो तुम्हाला ओपन करायचा किंवा ज्याचं स्टॅटिस्टिक्स घ्यायचं आहे, दॅट फाईल नेम शुड बी देअर, राईट. So ARGS 0 should be read into the string value, and then you can use a file class, and then you should be able to develop a program which will tell you the statistics, like on the command prompt itself, on the terminal itself. When you run the program should output how many characters are in the file, how many words are there, number of spaces, that is a white space, and number of lines. So here is one catch: number of characters and number of spaces. When you count the number of characters, how many times the program loops, that time it also counts the white spaces from the file. So what I want is number of spaces and number of the characters shall be different. Like the number of characters should not count the spaces. Simple thing, count all the characters and then minus the number of spaces. Then you will get the actual number of characters in the file, right? So this is the program that you have to develop. Any question on this assignment? You have to go and read about file class. You have to read about file class. Any question? Fine. So let me take the next program which has been enabled. Object read write. So in this task, 6th number assignment, what I am expecting is you will develop a program in which there will be a menu. Like let me open up a visual code. So what I want is when you run the program, you will get a menu option. The menu option will have a program add record will be the first option, and the second option will be the display record. So if you select first option from the menu, like the program will ask you enter ID and enter name. If you make ID auto generated, that's fine. Whatever value you enter must get stored on the file as an object. Like, so let's say person p dot id is equal to id, and there is another person p dot name is equal to name. So this is what we have, like there is an object called as P, which is of class person. Then you have to write this object to the disk. So write P. So this will happen when user calls add record option. What will happen when you select display record option? All the records that are written on the disk, those all records will get displayed. Suppose you have written so far 5 objects on the disk, all the 5 objects will be displayed. Now the catch is if you terminate the program and if you run the program next time, and if you directly call the second method, which is display records, then all the existing 5 records should get displayed on the screen, right? And if after displaying all the records you select add record option, then the 6th record will get added to the file. Now again, if you terminate the program and if you run it for the 3rd time, and if you call display record, then all 6 records must get displayed. So your program will be adding the objects to the file. I hope you can recall the object serialization lecture, how to read and write objects to and from file. So this is what you have to implement. Any doubts on this assignment? You got the assignment, everyone? Or if you have any doubt, or shall I explain the assignment one more time? Shall I explain the assignment one more time, or everyone got the assignment? No, sir. Okay, great. Now, today, 3rd assignment will also come. The 7th assignment will come on the Moodle. The assignment is a blend of the file handling, that is the IO stream, and UI, GUI. So what you have to develop, I will draw a paint. I'll use a paint to draw the diagram what I want. So I want the UI. Let's say this is the UI that you will create, right? And here on this UI, you will provide a simple text area. Ah, you will provide a simple text area. So this is the start of your using multiple technology or multiple packages of Java to develop some applications. So this is a simple program which will test your skills of both IO streams and UI development. So I want a nice frame to be created with a nice text area with which have multiple columns and multiple rows with it. And there should be a button. This button will have a text called as save, right? The font size is save. So button will read as save. Now, whatever I type in this text area, and if I click on save, a J option pane should open. See, the control that I want you to open is J option pane. So there is a J frame, there is a J text area, there is a J button. If I type something in this text area, let's say this is text file, and if I click on this save button, then J option pane window should open. In the J option pane window, you must take the file name from the user. The user must type the file name. And if you click on OK, the file must get written on the disk. So whatever you have typed in this text area must get stored on the disk. So this is the task that will be enabled today. So this is the 7th assignment. Any question on the 7th assignment? This is the start of your UI programming. So any doubt on what we are trying to achieve? Simple? No, sir. Okay. So what is the actual program? This will be the first level of assignment that is starting with the UI. So what we are actually going to do, this assignment will get extended every time we are going to add something. So this is the first picture that you will learn how to take data from the text area and write it to the disk. So this is in this program. The next thing is you will create a frame. I am yet to teach you this part. So I'll teach you first and then you will create this frame. You will create a frame which will have a nice status bar at the top or menu bar at the top. And there will be some menus. Like say this is the menu option and another menu option. the first menu option will be called as file, right? And like this is a file menu. I have a file menu on the paint also. Now, if I click on this file menu, I have an option for new, open, save, and save as, and also exit. So this file menu, if I click on this file, a menu must open. This menu will read as the first option in the menu will be new, the second option will be open, the third will be save, then the save as, then the exit. And I really don't, I think that there is no need to tell you what these options do. What happens if you click on new, what happens when you click on open, what happens when you click on save, what happens when you click on save as, what if you click on exit. That exact functionality I want in this menu. And this remaining part of the frame is a text area, right? So this is what is the next assignment as soon as you complete the first one with the text area and nice save button. So this will be the second assignment, second extension. You got the second extension, everyone? Did you get the second extension? Yes, okay, good. Now the third extension of this assignment is we'll have a second menu in this. I'll call this menu as font. Now font, I've already explained how to create a font controller. Now here on this menu, you must have options of selecting a font, style, and size. Whatever setting you select and click on OK button, that font size, and font style should be applied to the all text which is written on the text area. Okay, so this is the second extension of the original assignment. So original assignment is simple, creating a frame with the text area with one button. The extension, first extension is having a menu called as file. The second extension of this assignment is having a menu called as font. Okay, are you with me, everyone? Everyone got this? First extension, second extension? Okay. And the last extension will be for the same assignment. The last extension is like in the VS Code, I can open up multiple files at the same time and I can switch them. I call this control as a tab. So the third extension of the program, file handling program, is we have to create a tabular bar where I will be able to open multiple files. File 1, file 2, file 3, whatever file I'll select, that file will get displayed. So I want tabs, multiple tabs on the frame. So this is the final assignment that we really want to achieve. So from here onwards, we are going to take the program. You are expected to write this program well. Nice, neat, because you will be extending this assignment again and again. Right. So the first assignment you should write it clean. So you will be able to extend it for the menu for the file. Then you will extend the same program for the menu of font. And then third and the last extension, we will be adding multiple tabs to the editor. So I'll call this assignment as editor. So the first assignment will come in the name of editor one. The first extension will come as editor one editor extension one, editor extension two, editor extension three. Are we clear about this editor assignment? Don't worry, I'll be teaching you first how to create this menus. I will teach you how to create menus. Then only I'll like you have to assemble all these three different learnings into one program. Like I've already covered how to read and write files to and from this, right? Then I have taught you how to create a frame. I've taught you how to create a button and all. Now I will teach you how to create menus. Then you will be able writing this extension. Now the first assignment of simple creating a nice text area and button will be made available today only. Any doubts on this? Okay, good. Anything that you want to ask? You can unmute yourself, and if you want to ask any question, you can ask a question. Let me take a quick poll. I will take a quick poll. One question will come up and then we'll end the session. Let me start the poll. The question is coming on the screen immediately. Okay, the poll is about to. Poll will be for minutes. The poll is started. Answer the question. You have 2 minutes to answer the question. Okay, many people have got the correct answer. The actual A is again the correct answer. Some people have selected B. C. Here the people got confused. It's not list now. Method is action for for. Right? So A is the correct answer. Okay, you people can leave the meeting. If anyone have a doubt, you can still ask me. When everyone leaves, I'll end the meeting.